agree 100% with Rocky's view. And clearly, from a recruiting standpoint, an AI is human bias built algorithm. So if there's a bias in the programming, there will be a bias in the outcome. We know that. So that human element has to complement whatever the artificial component is to that decision or that programming. So I think Rocky touched on that. What I like to talk about is just more on the analytics front, the data. We've got a lot of interesting data that points to some key information, and there's been lots of market research in this space of DEI. And it goes without question that are people looking at the data? Some do. We're here. We probably know that data speaks. But if organizations really want their data to be, part of their change, which is really all what it boils down to, is change management here, they need to grab that data and they need to benchmark themselves across that data and then to see where they move over time. Where that stickiness sticks is where it goes back down. If you're a business, it goes back to that leadership and it goes back to tied to compensation. So for me, if any of this stuff is even worth talking about, unless leadership is accountable for this space and not just the chief diversity officer or the chief HR officer, but if you're a leader and you're getting a bonus or you're getting a raise, if DEI is not part of your mission to be embraced, or you're not going to change the dynamics, then your compensation is going to be impacted. We know what gets measured gets done. And organizations are built for one thing. We all know, stay in business. Profit drives it. This is not a charitable discussion. We're not here to talk about social things. We're here to talk about business things. Organizations are built for business. And I think if this space and this conversation we're having with these platforms that exist, I'm sure there will be others that will come along much better than what we have today. In the future, there'll be new ones. But for today, I think we have some good stuff, worth considering. But I think it goes back to, we cannot lose sight of we're human beings here, guys. And we're not trying to get closer to machines. We're trying to get closer to each other.
Thanks, Everton. That's a great perspective of summarizing. And I think the data analytics angle that you brought in and rewarding people for furthering DEI within the organizations is definitely, probably going to be, we're going to see it in performance reviews and other key aspects. It's going to be measured now that there is data analytics, so it will be measured so people can be rewarded, and organizations, can embrace it more holistically and at a faster pace.